So
Yeah, they are.
how can you tell if someone's armed, or are there any signs that could lead to it?
As a police officer, we're trained in a lot of different like techniques and things to look out for. Just you can never fully tell if someone's armed. I mean, there are some guns that are so small that that you can even that people make on like 3D printers that could hide in their boot, in a purse. There's a million ways, but usually someone that's armed with a sidearm or something like that, or a weapon. When we're speaking with them, if there's some sort of incident that we have to investigate, and so someone and we come across someone who's armed and they're not being truthful about it. A lot of times, if someone's armed and they have the right to be armed, maybe they have a concealed carry permit, they have a business where they need to protect themselves, they'll tell us immediately, hey, listen, I have a concealed carry permit and I'm carrying right now. What would you like me to do? Okay, just keep your hands right there. And is a gun loaded? Yes. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have another officer come, and we'll take the gun off you, and then we'll continue what we're doing, just for our safety. And they're very compliant. Some people are gonna lie about it and say no. What you'll see is they'll touch their side a lot. They'll touch where it is. They want to feel it and make sure it's for some reason make sure it's still there. That's one of those telltale signs of someone who not only has a gun or a knife, but might be concealing drugs on their person. So they'll touch their side, or they'll keep looking in one spot. That's because guilty conscience is going to do that. Someone has something concealed in their car when we pull them over. We're trained to notice those things that are like awkward. Everyone's nervous on a car stop, but someone who has a gun under a seat is going to keep looking over there. They're going to look at you. Do you have anything illegal in the car? They look at the spot and they say, oh, no, I don't. And you're like, okay, well, that looks pretty guilty. So that's one way we're trained, but really, I mean, there's no way of really knowing other than a good pat down.
So you don't need a warrant to
pass someone down to check for weapons?
Yes.
No, it's called a Terry pat, and if I feel it's in my best interest and safety of myself or people around me to pat someone down that I feel that they may have a weapon, I could do that.
Okay.
I don't need a warrant for that.
Okay.
I would need a warrant to search a house for a weapon, but some along those lines. There's a whole bunch of exceptions to a warrant, but one is a Terry pat. Terry is a case where a guy where an officer patted someone down and found they had just robbed like a convenience store.
Yeah.
And they found a gun on him, and the guy tried to take it to court that, hey, that wasn't right, that the cop touched me, blah, blah, blah. He took away my freedom of movement, and he was found guilty of all the charges, and now there's this Terry law where I'm nervous that he may have a weapon. I'm going to pat him down for my safety, and I'm completely fine, and I'm completely good. As long as I can say it's for officer safety or the safety of people around me.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of others.
You said, what about, am I always armed as a police officer? So I am armed like 99% of the time. I always have my sidearm on me. The times I don't is if we arrest someone and we go in and we're in and we go inside a police station or inside like a jail, I guess you call it.
Yeah.
We take all our weapons and we put them in lock boxes because we have multiple officers there with one suspect that we've arrested, and so at that point we take everything off, so then and we already patted them down and know they don't have a weapon. Those rooms don't have weapons, and because we're in such close contact with them, fingerprinting them, photographing them, and they're not handcuffed, we don't necessarily want our sidearm or another weapon right there for them to, try to overtake. So that's when we're not armed.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you believe that individuals besides the Second Amendment should have access to firearms?
Well, we're all protected by the Second Amendment. That's one of everyone as a citizen in this country. That's a right to bear arms. However, I feel like people that go about it the right way, gun owners that go about it the right way, aren't the ones that we need to worry about as much.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. I don't want to give a blanket statement that everyone that has a gun legally is doing it. That that means they're never gonna use it against anyone, to harm anyone. But the people that have, the people that get guns illegally, felons,
Yeah.
that get a gun illegally, because there are a lot of guns in this country, those are the guns that you have to worry about. There's every state and even cities are different with their gun control laws. So there's a wide, what you can do in Texas isn't necessarily what you can do in Chicago. In Texas, people can carry a sidearm just like I do all the time, and it's fine. In Chicago, you can't have any firearms on your person. I'm sure you could probably have one in your residence,
Yeah.
or bring it to like a gun range to practice, but that's pretty much it. But that doesn't stop criminals from owning a gun. That's the law-abiding citizens are going to be the ones that aren't armed. So the gun debate, I don't really have a strong opinion for super gun control or super relaxed gun laws. I can see both sides, why people are so strong about either or, but really I think it's about making sure that people, limiting access of dangerous people, which is hard to do. We just had a shooting in Westerly, and that person had some mental health issues that they've been hospitalized for, and because of HIPAA, it somewhat ties up officers' abilities, or when we do background checks to see if someone can buy a gun. Well, he was never criminally charged on anything, but he had these mental health issues and those people kind of fall through the cracks. So that would be something I would tightened up as far as gun laws are concerned. Is I wish there was a better mental health screening for people who are potentially buying guns, or people who have mental health issues who own guns. We already do a good job with people that commit felonies, people we arrest for domestics. They're not going to have guns. If we arrest someone for a domestic, we're going to take all the guns out of the house that they own, because that's one of those situations where people's, when they get out, there's data that shows that people have gone back, got one of their weapons and shot the significant other, So now that's why there's state law that takes the guns out of their hands. We hang on to them until the court cases are done, and then they can get them back. So I think there needs to be more work on gun control, but not necessarily restricting everyone, restricting high-risk people. So, yep.
Thank you for your time.
No problem.